like Wave TV and ESPN Sports Center and stuff hit me up after a couple of videos they seen.
And you're just like, fuck it, I know I have things to be done, and they're gonna get done.
I think that is too, is just because of like how hard I had to like push myself the last 2 years that like nothing really phases me anymore.
It seemed like you did this all on your own. Like there was an internal motivation from you. It may have been like on past conditioning, just like your lifestyle as a child. But yeah, dude, like you just been grinding, getting after it yourself, and you can tell, dude.
All right, everybody, welcome to Vive the Pod, episode 6, I believe. Vive the Pod. Vive means to live in French. So if you could help one person listening, then that's all that matters. Whether it's motivational, inspiration, entertainment, whatever it is, if you're listening, hope we're helping you in whatever way. For today's guest, we have a special guest today, all the way from Colorado. His name is Rodney. Everybody give a hand of applause. All right. Yeah, of course. Rodney, what's your Instagram, by the way?
BRodFit _21.
Perfect. So that's where you could find him. If you want to know more about him, obviously we'll put his Instagram game on the podcast and then also at the end. So Rodney, welcome to California, dude.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me. Thanks for hosting me for the last couple of days. It's definitely been a blast.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. We met through pretty much how we met. We met through Instagram, through the brand, Vive the brand. We talked a little bit on there. But at that time, you only had like maybe 8,000 followers, if that. Definitely under 10K.
Definitely under 10K when we first met.
Yeah, but I remember talking to you, and I also was talking to other people, saying like, this guy always posting content. This guy's gonna blow up at one point in time. It's just a matter of time. And now you have how many followers?
140K.
Damn. Like that is.
And it's just consistency. It's all it is. Like you just gotta you gotta find something you're passionate about, find your niche, and just roll with it and stay consistent.
Totally agree. Someone who doesn't know you, especially some of the listeners, tell us about yourself. Like where you come from, a little bit of your history about your life, and then leading up to where you're at today, and then what do you actually do?
So I was over 400 pounds my whole life. Pretty much growing up, my dad was a single father. He worked his ass off pretty much every single day. He did 50 hours a week. My mom wasn't in my life, so just a lot of tension in the household. So I used food as comfort because I got bullied because I didn't have the nicest clothes or the richest parents or stuff like that. So it was definitely hard. So just like finding something to cope with, and food was my coping mechanism. So I think by elementary, middle school, I was already like 300 pounds. Fast forward to
Sorry, were you the same height? Because you're 6'3" right now. Were you the same height in middle school?
No, I was pretty tall still. I was like 5'8". So it wasn't like super tall, but like I was still a hefty boy for how old I was. And then as soon as I got my license, like I was able to eat out whenever I wanted because my dad moved away 2 hours to take a job opportunity. And I wanted to stay behind. So I stayed behind and pretty much just had fast food every day of my life. And I was happy. I didn't even care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things where it was just like, it truly, I don't know. Like, I felt happy. I felt like I was at peace with everything. And then I had a bad dirt bike accident this summer before senior year that left me fighting for my life in ICU and children's for 6 days. And they told my family to either like plan for my funeral or for me to be paralyzed.
That's crazy.
And then on that 7th day, I woke up at ICU and walked strong and proud out of the hospital room. And I got home, and then I found out I was diagnosed with fatty liver disease, and then was basically given the chance to either start losing weight now or I'm not going to see like walking graduation of high school. But I was so down bad, I was like, it's whatever. Like, I've already had a bad accident I'm still recovering from, like mentally too.
Yeah.
So I was just at peace. Like, if this is what takes me out, it's what takes me out. At least it takes me out happy. So, fast forward to sophomore year of college, I woke up one day and realized that I'm still here and that I still have a purpose in life and that God has something for me to do. So I cut out all fast food, soda, everything all in one day and just started grinding. Bought a gym membership on January 23rd of 2021. And just started busting my ass balls to the wall every single day.
Damn, so you didn't get your first membership till 2 years ago. pretty much.
A little over 2 years.
A little bit over 2 years, but it's very recent. And so you pretty much lost over how many pounds in 2-3 years?
Down 220 pounds from my heaviest ever recorded.
That is insane. Wasn't it hard to like, because you said you just cut everything off in one day, right? Mm-hmm. So you just went like, this is not the life I want to live. Let's keep it going.
Exactly. And that's the thing is like, I cut it cold turkey. Like I cut soda, everything cold turkey. So it's something that's not very easy for very many people. So there's a lot of people that are just like, how'd you do that? Like, and the thing is, I didn't even crave it anymore. Like I was just so dedicated and I was so ready for a change that it didn't matter. Like I was so determined to get to where I wanted to be.
Okay. That's crazy because a lot of people, that's the hardest part is just starting. But you just didn't give any excuses. You just started and didn't look back since then. Is there like, I don't know, I guess someone who's like listening or trying to start in whatever journey to lose weight or to get into a healthy lifestyle, like what do you suggest, like mentally, or like things that you did that like maybe helped you?
So just make sure you're just staying consistent. You got to figure out what works with you because everybody's body's different. Don't believe everything you read off Google. Like, I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, stay active, get like 10 to 15,000 steps in a day, and then be in a calorie deficit. If you don't know what a calorie deficit is, you're basically eating calories below your maintenance. So you can go to like my calorie calculator, type in your height, your weight, and your age, and your sex, and it gives you a good range of calories that you should be eating at. And the crazy thing is like most people underestimate how much you can actually eat with maintenance calories if you eat clean. Like I'm under 3,000 calories. I'm in like a calorie deficit because I'm on a show prep. Mm-hmm. But like I still eat 6 times a day. Like you've witnessed.
I've witnessed you. You actually eat a lot, but you're obviously still in a calorie deficit, which is insane. And
then just staying hydrated. Make sure you're drinking a gallon of water a day. Just because hydration is really important, especially water, because it really just helps flush everything out of your body that you don't need, like all the extra stuff, because it makes your stomach full. Yeah. Instead of your stomach holding that as fat, you're like, oh my God, like I'm full. So it just starts pushing and pushing and pushing out, and then that's how you build and boost your metabolism.
Nice. Okay. So for me, like, let's talk about like motivation wise and whatnot. Like in the fitness realm, like for me, when I first got into fitness, I watched like a lot of YouTube. Christian Guzman, Max Schuning, Matt Ogus, all those people from back then. And I kind of was like, I got addicted to the motivational stuff. And that's how I got addicted to fitness and the journey of bettering myself. At that time when you were overweight, did you watch any fitness content? Or
to be honest, no, I didn't watch anything until after probably a year of when I started. I started like researching more things, and then it started popping up in my recommendations, and I was like, oh my God, like people actually do this for a career? I was like, what? I had no idea.
So you just went on your journey and motivated yourself just on your own because of the situation you were in.
Correct.
Damn, that's crazy. So not a lot of people like could do that. I mean, especially because you come from a pretty small town in Colorado.
Yeah, like 10,000 people.
That's crazy. Oh my God. It's like you said it was a farm town, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So it's all farming culture. That's all it is.
Yeah. How do you like living there?
It's not bad. I came here and I'm like, damn, this is what real life is, huh?
I know you saw like all the nice cars in Newport Beach. And like in general in Orange County, it's not really like the real life. I feel like it's kind of like a bubble. It's very materialistic. But yeah, how do you like California so far?
I think it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I think it's definitely probably not gonna be my first place to move unless I, have the liquidity for it. Just because like it's pretty expensive, but
yeah,
but it's worth it. It's worth it. You know what I mean? It's worth the atmosphere. It's worth the culture you're in, and then just like there's so much to do here.
Yeah, I totally understand. So now you like introduce us about like who you are, kind of. What do you do currently? Like, so if, let's say you're in an Uber ride, and the driver asks you, what do you do for a living? And you have a short ride. What do you answer them?
So I basically just tell them that, I post fitness content every day. I'm very active. Mm-hmm. Just to really help. Just my overall mission is just really help inspire and motivate others to be the best version of themselves, as, not every day is promised. Yeah. And then I also work as a server at a local bar and grill just to really help, make some extra cash to pay bills, because bills come,
Yeah.
life sucks, but you got to keep grinding. You have to figure out what works best for you. And just, that's basically it. Simple.
Yeah. So what's like your, I was going to say, so you actually post content like about 2 to 3 times a day?
So I post Instagram twice a day, and then TikTok I try and aim for 3 to 5 times a day.
That's crazy. So you actually first blew up on TikTok originally, right?
Yeah. I had like Wave TV and ESPN Sports Center and stuff hit me up.
Oh wow!
After a couple of videos they seen, but I mean, other than that, like my Instagram didn't really start blowing up until like the last 3 or 4 months.
Because of one of your reels, right?
Yeah, one of my reels hit like over 200 million accounts, which is nuts. Like it's still going slowly.
Still to this day. How many views?
It's like 200 and some million.
That's crazy. Sometimes I think about it, like people who post reels and whatnot. Obviously, your reels hit like more views than like the average person. But a lot of times, like people don't think about, or like YouTube videos and whatnot. Like if you get like 10 people watching or 15 people watching, views wise, like if you think about it, it's like a classroom. You're still affecting a full classroom of people, and then you're going to like a larger scale, like.
And it's just crazy because like to actually like when you sit down and think and you start looking at the numbers, you're like, damn, like I'm actually reaching this many heads. Like it's unbelievable. Like it's mind blowing.
Yeah, you told me your engagement, like it was like on TikTok, I believe, like in 7 days is like in the millions.
Yeah, I think TikTok's like 7 to 8 million every 7 days.
That's crazy.
I think it's dropped now just because I haven't been posting as much, just because we've been so busy.
Yeah.
But Instagram's at 3 million in the last 7 days. So I mean, it's still not what I'm used to, like what it's been. But I mean, still that 3 million heads, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of freaking people. A lot of people. Oh, by the way, you could swear on this podcast. I know you say I know you say the word fuck a lot. So do I. So you could swear, just so you know. I forgot what I was gonna say. Actually, I was gonna ask you something. Like, oh yeah, like, since you're doing all this social media, like TikTok and Instagram, and then you're entering emails, like your screen time on your phone is. You said it was like, or you told me privately it was like 8 to 9 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it's average between 8 to 10 hours a day.
That's insane.
And if you think about it, like, that's somebody's full day.
That's a work day, dude. That's like your full-time job, and then you still go to work to obviously make some money.
And then I still go to the gym 2-3 hours a day, and then I meal prep and do whatever else I need to do in everyday life. So,
oh wait, sorry. I think Brandon is on his way. You know what's the crazy part of Brandon? Like on his podcast, we talked about you.
Really? I know. You told me that.
That was like, what, like a month ago, Jensen? No, 2 months ago. 2 months ago.
Yeah, 2 months ago. Sorry.
2 months ago, we were just talking about you and how we kind of like know you, but we don't know you. And then here you are.
I know, it's crazy.
2 months later on the podcast. It's kind of like full circle. And we didn't even like really plan it or anything like that. I was going to say this about, since you're doing all this activity, being on your phone the entire time, full-time job, obviously like I run business social medias as well and trying to grow my personal as well. So that's pretty tiring. I get burnt out easily. Do you ever get burnt out? Like, because you seem like you just post all the time. I take breaks once in a while because I just can't.
The thing is, like, yeah, like right now I'm tired as shit. I'm mentally and physically tired.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm in a calorie deficit too, so I don't have as much energy. I'm not on as much carbs. But at the same time, like, I understand what my mission is, and I understand what I got to do at the end of the day. So, I just don't make excuses and just realize that it's got to get done, because if I don't, who's going to help inspire people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I inspire and people, like, I like give out tips on how to start losing weight, how to stay consistent, stay motivated, all this and that. And, I look at those comments, and, that really helps boost me and keep me going every day. Because, like, I have comments on the daily that'll be like,
Miguelo.
What's going on, fellas?
We have a little freaking Miguelo Carbonara coming. Continue.
So I have comments that are like every day, and it's just like, like, thank you, man, for like all of your hard work, or like, thank you for this, or like whatever, like, you changed my life, or something like that, or like, I'm starting, like, you helped me start, like, I'm starting because of you. And that's some.
Are you burping? Oh, it's because of Miguel. Oh, it's fine, dude. Don't even worry. I thought you were. Yeah,
No.
Don't worry about him.
And it's just crazy because like, you know, like yeah, you can have somebody say that to you, but like when you read it, like that should actually hit your heart, hits your heart hard because like you know, being able to say that. Like just hearing somebody or like reading somebody say that you changed their life or like I started because of you or you're helping me stay consistent. It's just like one of those things like it doesn't come into perspective as much as you would think. Like say I'm reading on your comments and somebody says that on your post, I wouldn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
But as a creator, you think you look at that comment and you're like, bro, what?
Yeah, when it's like talking to you specifically,
Yeah.
like you know.
And then, like, you get out of it. Like, you say, thank you, I appreciate you a lot. Like, it means the world. And you get out of it, and then you, like, go back later and check your comments, and you see that comment again, and you're like, bro, no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just really helps keep you going. Like, really just helps feel like you're, like, makes you feel like you're being accomplished. Like, you're accomplishing things in your life.
Yeah, more than just, you know, selfish reasons, like, you know, being successful and whatnot. You're actually helping someone else, which is, like, I think one of the best feelings. And I think that's how we kind of somewhat connected through Instagram. Obviously, if like I didn't feel some sort of connection in with you through Instagram, I wouldn't, you know, come pick you up and invite you and to stay at my house if I didn't trust you or feel that way. So I'm the same way exactly where like point of the podcast, if we can help one person listening, then that's all that matters. Whether it's a small scale or big scale. Obviously you started on a small scale, but now you've reached millions of people, which is insane, and you keep growing. You're still growing. Like you're not even done. You're not even near to your potential. Right. You know, like 140K and still growing. TikTok growing as well. And then you're competing. I'm gonna veer off actually. You're competing in summer shredding.
Correct.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
So for a lot of people that don't know, Christian Guzman is the owner of Alphaland, Alpha 3D Energy. He's a pretty big name in the fitness industry, but he also throws on like bodybuilding competitions to really help, you know, just help people get their journey started and get people involved into the community and just help. Basically, it's just a huge event that brings everybody together. That creates long-lasting connections that you'll have for the rest of your life. But then on show day, of course, it's gonna be competitive. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be.
But basically, like he has this class called Transformation. So basically, overall, the last 2 years. Anybody can partake in it, and you showcase how hard you have worked for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And basically the winner is somebody that had the best overall transformation, whether it be weight loss, muscle gain, leanness, whatever case might be, within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is. And I have too much extra skin or anything to do like men's physique or anything right now. So, you know, I really do think like that would be, I don't know, I'm like, super excited to be able to experience the transformation category and just like really help show people who haven't actually heard about my story or seen me on stage or like, you know, see me across my platforms to like actually help get myself out there a little more, like just really help social network more, because like it's not even about like at the end of the day, like it's not about how many people I reach, it's more or less the connections I make.
Yeah.
And the hearts and the people I touch. And it's just a number at the end of the day.
Correct. That's true. Right. Plus, I mean, summer shredding, like it's an actual huge event. Like Christian started this, I don't know how long ago, 2, 3, 4 years ago maybe, very recent. But what he's done with it is kind of insane because, like he said, like he doesn't have just men's physique or bodybuilding or anything like that. He has a whole transformation category that
just out to the open, any sort of category.
Or transformation where you know, it could be a regular person just really changed their body and became a better person through physical health and mental health and whatnot. He's giving that category for people like you and other people that don't want to compete in men's physique, which is way different. So I think that's like an amazing thing. But honestly, I think you're probably very high chance of winning because your transformation is crazy. Like I said, over 200 something pounds in 2 years.
It's like record breaking almost.
Yeah, in that amount of time,
especially naturally too, because like my biggest comment that I get the most is like, you know, it's just not, he got gastric bypass.
Yeah. Oh, I think we hear a little echo.
Mine's pretty loud, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
There we go. Perfect right there.
We heard the ocean. Sorry, the ocean's right here, the ocean view behind us. The waves are
along the coastline. Sorry, guys.
Coastline.
But yeah, like more. It's just crazy because, like, you know, the comments I get on the day-to-day basis are like, oh, you just got put surgery, you took the easy route out, but, like, you know, at the end of the day, nobody understands how hard and how many hours, blood, sweat, and tears that I've put into this.
Yeah.
And how many times, like, I've thought about giving up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it wasn't easy, but you know, you just have to figure out what you are truly passionate about, and you have to work, just stay moving, because once you get in that groove and you make that first step, you know, your life's never going to be the same. Like, I can't stress that enough.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know what we've talked, like, since you've been here and whatnot, but, you know, showing you California and whatnot, like, you kind of talking about it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you would never dream to even be here watching the sunset in Laguna Beach, stuff like that. And
just because, like 2 years ago, there's no shot in hell I was going to fit on a plane.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That's true. And if you did, you have to pay, like, multiple tickets.
Yeah. I'd have to fly first class or something, like extended seat, like, just because there's no shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the atmosphere change, like the altitude and everything, that would mess with me so hard. Like, I'd take 2 steps, I'd be like, like, damn. Now I have a rest. Like, now my resting heart rate's like 30.
Yeah, now you're fine. Now you're doing cardio all the time. You know, kicked our ass in the workout today, stuff like that. So you're definitely, I don't know, kind of crazy, dude. Crazy transformation. I forgot what I was going to say, though. I was going to say one thing about the social media aspect.
Well, I kind of missed the whole conversation when I just got here recently. But,
we pretty much just talked
you guys
about...
just run me down so I can kind of include myself into this.
Yeah, kind of talked about, like, where he's from and, like, how he grew up, you know, talking about his father, which he talked about in the car before, and then his whole journey, and then kind of how he's competing and whatnot. Social media, getting burnt out with doing it. But
those burnouts, man. Jesus Christ.
He still does it. That's the thing.
I mean, what do you do to recover from those burnouts, dude? Because I know, a lot of us have those burnouts every once in a while, and we always, like, try to push our bodies to those certain limits, but it's like, no, you gotta just take some time off sometimes and focus on yourself. Do you do that, or do you just keep on pushing until you somewhat feel a little better?
To be honest, like, yeah, I hit burnouts quite frequently.
Okay.
I'm pretty burnt out right now.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 4 days.
At the end of the day, like, I understand that I still have work to do, and if you know, like, why put it off when I can just do it today? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You just gotta stay motivated, because, you know, if you put it off, it's just gonna have more and more to stack onto.
I think you're not even motivated. I think you're just disciplined. I think you have a lot of discipline. I think sometimes, you don't want to do things, and you're just like, fuck it. You know I have things to be done, and they're going to get done. And I think that's what you call kind of discipline, you know?
I think that is, too, is just because of, like, how hard I had to, like, push myself the last 2 years, that, like, nothing really phases me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty, it's like...
I mean, you went through, like, a really bad accident, super overweight, so, like, to even come back from that, so to you probably, and, like, you know, you could change your opinion to what I say, but you probably, I've been through the worst. You know, being tired or burnt out, this is nothing to me.
Exactly, and I think it is too, is like the fact that I've realized that I wasted 19 years of my life.
Yeah.
And that it's more or less the fact that I'm just trying to play catch up. And I think that's what really helps keep me motivated and disciplined.
I'm actually going to pause you on this. Like, I think what you've accomplished in 2 years, a lot of people haven't accomplished in their entire life. I'm just saying.
And the thing is, like, I can look back and be like, damn, I accomplished a lot, but, like, I still feel like I can do way more.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. There's always more to do.
I just still feel like I'm not doing enough on an everyday basis. Like, you've seen my schedule. Like, I'm busy nonstop, but there's still times where I'm just like, fuck, like, where can I fit this and that? You know what I'm saying? Because I need to do something else. Like, I need something else. Like, I'm not busy enough.
Yeah, you need to keep going.
And that's the thing is too, is like, I hate sitting down. Like, I have to be on go. If I'm sitting down, I gotta be on my phone doing something.
Yeah.
Or at the gym, or working, like, my regular job, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Do you surround yourself with like back home? Do you surround yourself with, like, people that motivate you, or people that are disciplined or like-minded, or do you just you're pretty much solo, like, your own motivation, and you kind of grind on your own?
So to be honest, like, my hometown, ever since I graduated, like, you know, a lot of people moved, of course, for college, or they just wanted to get out because nobody really likes the town I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, like, a lot of the friends that I started going to the gym with, like, they were there for a while. I still hang out with them every once in a while, but, like, I pretty much grind on my own. Like, I just feel like I get more done when I'm by myself.
Okay. That's a different perspective, because I feel like people we've talked to, they slowly surround themselves with the right people to, like, build themselves up in a way. But you're just a solo grinder, dude.
And at the end of the day, like, you know, if you're disciplined enough and you have the motivation, like, you don't really need anybody there. Like, if you know, like I always say, like, nobody's going to hold your hand for you.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
if you...
Oh, wait, sorry. Brandon, come on in. What's up, dude? We have a special guest appearance today, which you've seen on episode 4. Were you episode 4 or episode 3?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I think it might have been 3.
3.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
3.
Yeah.
Here, I'll switch over. You can come over here.
I'll just be on my knees, like.
No. Come over here.
That's a joke.
Yeah. Get
Come
over
on,
here.
come on in.
Never.
Come on in, brother.
Well transition.
Swap you. Where are you gonna be?
Me? Yeah, watching you guys.
Nah.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead. I got here late anyway. I literally just arrived like.
We switch off. I'm gonna use the restroom soon too, anyway. So Miguel could jump on. Yeah, this will be a fun.
Musical chairs.
What's
What's up, brother?
What's up, dude?
How you been? I know it's only been less than 24 hours, but
Good,
still.
bro. Tired.
Alright, let's do this.
You could put it longer if you want.
This never gets old.
No, dude.
This never
That's dope.
gets old.
No whiskey today, okay?
Oh, no. I still gotta work out after this.
Yeah. That's a nice chain.
Oh, thank you. You like the shirt?
I like the shirt. Beef the brand, baby.
Boom, always.
Go. All right, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about, so bringing on the conversation, we were kind of pretty much talking about because he's super motivated, you know, grinds on himself and whatnot, and I always ask people like, oh, do you like surround yourself with the right people, like the circle around you, is that what motivates you as well? Like, are you guys all together? But he says he's pretty much solo grinder.
I kind of got that when I first met him, because I just met you yesterday, and like just the way like you interacted, it seemed like you did this all on your own. Like there was an internal motivation from you. It may have been like on past conditioning, just like your lifestyle as a child. But yeah, dude, like you just been grinding, getting after it yourself, and you can tell, dude.
And it's just like at the end of the day, like, you know, I didn't really have very many people there for me when I started like growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm used to rocking. I'm used to doing things solo.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
But yeah, doing solo. But at the same time, if you think about like your social media aspect, the people you surround yourself on social media is kind of your circle. Like the people you talk to, you know, you talk to him, you talk to me, talk to other people. It's not like you talk to someone you're not interested in or someone you don't, you know, see a connection with. So at the same time, that is your circle through social media in some sort of sense.
Yeah, and like we all have different backgrounds, but it's like we all have the same goal, which is to tell our story to inspire and motivate others to put in action towards whatever it is that they want to do. So like your story is crazy and it resonates with a bunch of people. And so it's like you're the guy that motivates the people that thought they couldn't do it, that they can do it because someone has, you know, gone down that path already before them, and they can see them and they can relate with them, which being you.
Yeah, and that's the thing is too, is just like, you know, at the end of the day, I said this earlier, but like at the end of the day, like if you truly want to change, like you're the only person that can make that change.
Yeah.
Like yeah, people can help you start, like help people, help people help you stay motivated and like start, but like no one's gonna sit there and hold your hand and baby you through everything. Like you have to be the one that actually fucking wants it.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. I do have a little part in this podcast. We kind of call it like a thought-provoking questions. There'll be 6 questions that I'm pretty much going to ask you, and then we're going to deep dive into those questions and see how it goes, where it goes, all right? So question number 1, and I'll also ask you those questions too, why not?
Let's do it.
What do you want to accomplish in your life? It could be, you could talk about broad, you could talk about the next 5 years, whichever you want, but what do you want to accomplish in your life? And try to be like specific about it.
Wow. I don't even know what I want next week.
Yeah.
Most definitely, I just want to keep growing on my platforms and just keep inspiring people. I want to be, within the next 5 years, I want to get my right leg done for my reconstructive leg surgery. I want to have my loose skin removed, and then I want to start doing motivational speaking. I want to be a motivational speaker just because I feel like I have a lot of wisdom that I can give off to people that a lot of people can relate from. And then who knows, I might go back to school to be like a physical therapist,
Nice.
like assistant or something, and then still do content, everything on the side, just so I, have something to fall back on. Like, I'm not saying that I want a fallback plan, but, at the end of the day, nobody knows how long this is going to last.
Yeah, might as well, take all the opportunities you can while you still can.
Well,
how about you?
For me, I want to be a beacon of light for others to help guide them and show them, just inspire them, basically. So that's going to be mostly through like the mind and perspectives and like having people ask themselves, why they think the way they think, why they do what they do, and why they feel what they feel. But I'm using fitness as a vehicle to get to there. Because in order to get someone's ears, first you need to get their eyes. You got to gain their attention. So that's why I'm using fitness as that vehicle. But that's the goal for me. That's what I'm trying to work towards.
Okay. I like that. Good answers, boys. Question number 2. This is going to be very specific. But what do you need in order to accomplish those goals? Like, what are the steps you need to take right now to get there?
I just need to stay consistent, stay motivated, stay driven, and then just make sure that I don't have anybody in my life that's going to hold me back. Because, whether it be friends, family, or whoever the case may be, if they don't believe in you, like, mentally, it's going to affect you, and you're just not going to know it. Like, you're just going to be stuck, and you're going to reach that stuck point where you're going to start feeling lost, you're going to start feeling unmotivated, and it's because you have to surround yourself with people in your life that want to see you succeed.
And that believe in you pretty much. It's funny how families like that sometimes, It's people that grew up with you and whatnot, sometimes they're not your biggest supporter, but yet they still love you very much, but they don't support you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange. But then when you do someone make it, they're like, oh yeah, I support you now, which is kind of funny.
That makes so much sense to me. Like, where your family doesn't support you, it's like they have like a certain like outlook for you and like what your life needs to be, and then when you don't follow it, they're like, man, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're blah blah blah. But then when you go off and like you do what you're supposed to do, they're your biggest fans afterwards.
Yeah, they're like,
it's crazy.
I'm so proud
they're
of you.
showing you off. They're like, look at my son's Instagram and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I think what it is, honestly, I don't think it's like just because they don't support you. I think it's just a lack of knowledge or a lack of not knowing, right? Like, think of your parents and whatnot. Like, if they were never able to do it, or they don't know someone that has done whatever you're doing, they probably don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they never, just the knowledge, and they're not experienced in that realm. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like it's not that they don't support you, but it's like, okay, when you have a child, you're going to think, oh, my son's going to be a soccer player and blah, blah, blah. So you have like this mold that they need to fit. And then when they stray from that, then it's like, oh, no, you don't know what you're going to do with your life because I haven't thought that out yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I think.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Question 3. Well, I mean, you kind of pretty much said it. It's like, what is getting in the way of those goals? Is it, well, let's talk about that actually. Because you said that sometimes you feel like you don't work hard enough, or you still feel like you haven't done enough. So what are those things that you think you're not doing, even though you're doing a lot already, but what is something for yourself that you think you're not doing enough?
I just think that, every day you can always strive to be 1% better.
Okay.
No matter what the case may be. I just feel like I'm not putting enough time in. That I'm not pushing as hard as I could. And it's just like, it's more or less a mental thing. It's more or less a mindset that you just start entering because you want to be so socially active and you want to do all of these things. But, like I said, there's only 24 hours in a day. With what you do in those 24 hours is what is going to separate you from others.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Like instead of like, watching TV and whatnot, you could be doing something more productive. I try to catch myself like that sometimes, but a lot of times like I get like a lot of burnouts, and I definitely try to like like I want to put a TV show or something like that. I try to put my phone away, but it's so hard because like I'll see like the notifications pop up, or I'm like, oh, like while I'm watching the show, I'm like, oh wait, I forgot about this thing, so let me do it real quick. But I think sometimes it is important to just shut off. Oh, nice little crack. Sometimes I think it is important to shut off. Kind of like when we were out yesterday, you decided to put your camera, leave it in the car when we went to the Urban Spectrum, and you didn't film anything and whatnot, and you were actually really enjoying yourself. Like we did the VR thing, we had a good time.
Bro, that VR thing was ass.
Yeah, fuck. Have you done VR before?
No, I haven't. Like, I think, was that the car thing I saw on your guys' story?
Yeah.
It looked cool. Like, the whole setup.
It's cool, but
it's a massive headache.
Definitely not the first thing you should do when you go in there.
Oh, really?
It's the first thing we did because we could all three play together, I thought, but we were definitely not in the same race, I don't think.
No, we were in the same race. Because your name that I saw on the screen, you were back and forth, first and second with both of us.
Oh, so I was sitting there, like we were just racing. But the VR thing, like the eyesight doesn't line up quite right.
Yeah.
So like you just see this little blur, and you just start getting all nauseous and a headache. And I was like, last lap, I was like, fuck, I don't feel so good. I'm like, no, I gotta keep pushing. And I heard them talking. I'm like, yeah, we're already done. I like look up and they're just chilling there watching me. I'm like,
I was actually the first person to leave because I was getting a massive headache, and I was like, you know what, I can't do it. And then Miguel's second.
I asked him, I was like, did you guys win? Did you guys already finish the race? Like, no, we quit. I was like, well, if you guys quit, I already won. Like, I took this off. I'm like, sat there for a minute, and the dude gave me a water. He's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, bro, I just need to chill.
Dang. I wonder how often people get disoriented, because you guys went 3 for 3, so did they tell you anything prior or no?
No, because we asked them, and they were like, yeah, this is a good one. Like, it'll be fine.
They didn't say anything.
Yeah,
but
bro,
afterwards.
It's like he knew. I bet they were all laughing their asses off. They're like, dude, these.
Afterwards, when he gave the water, he was like, yeah, this happens a lot. We're like, oh, thanks for the heads up.
They're like, oh, they already paid. We're good.
But going back to the burnout thing and putting your phone down and shutting off, like he shut off completely when he went to the Irvine Spectrum. And like, the way you were acting was like, not different, but just like you were just definitely more zen, more relaxed. You were enjoying the things you were like looking at, and I think that is really important to just shut off sometimes.
That's one thing I noticed in the gym. Like when you were doing things, it was like, okay, what's next? Like I got to get these photos here. I got to get this video here. Like it was turned on. So like
and that's how I am 24/7 too.
Yeah, man.
And that's the thing is like, I'm in the gym for 2-3 hours every single day, but like that's how I am. Like you would always see me like
content at all times.
Yeah, whether it be on my, like, I'm in between sets, I'm editing a reel, and then I, like, pause mid-reel, finish the rest of my sets. And then, I'll start taking pictures, or I'll set up a tripod, talk to the camera. Like, as soon as I think of something, and I'm in the gym, and I'm in the scenery for it, and there's nobody in the gym, fuck yeah, I'm going to take that break and record it. Because if not, who knows when I'm going to get that? And then, I'm not going to have just an iPhone full of notes of just topics. If I'm there, I'm in the mindset to talk about it. Why don't I just talk about it?
Keep doing it.
Or, if I need pictures, like, if I'm somewhat looking good, post up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if the lighting's good, too, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I couldn't miss the lighting. Like, we took a lot of pictures yesterday, but, I mean, at the same time, like, I got a lot of stuff done yesterday.
Yeah. No, we did very productive day yesterday.
I'm curious. When did that start? When did that mindset start where it's like, okay, I'm grinding and I'm just going?
I think it officially started when I first started losing weight, because like I cut out all this fast food, sugar, soda, everything all in one day, like cold turkey, and just started grinding, and it hasn't changed. Like when I got my reconstructive leg surgery, when I was out for like pretty much 8 months on crutches, like the first month after I got home, like I finally wasn't bedridden anymore. Like the epidurals and the narcotics weren't as bad. I could finally start doing things. Like I would literally have people come and pick me up. Load me up in their car, and then have them drop me off at the gym, and then I would like crutch around the gym, and I would like pick up any weight that I could, and I would just throw it, and then I'd like crutch, and then I'd like kick it with the crutch till I got to where I needed to be. Like it might take me 10 minutes to get to where I needed to be, but then as soon as I got it there, both of them, like I'd literally sit there and do any exercise I could with dumbbells. I did that every single day as much as I could, or as much as I had to ride. And just because like I missed it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just something that I was addicted to.
Okay.
All right, I think I have another question.
You think? We're only on number 3. You said 6.
6. I know. What caused me? I kind of actually can skip this question. All right, number 6. We're gonna skip number 6 because we kind of talked about number 4 and I'll tell them what it is because you don't know what they are.
Yeah. Did I throw you off your?
No. What caused me to allow these things in my life to contribute to those goals? So obviously for you, like what to where you're at now to get to your goal, like what caused it? Like obviously your accident and whatnot.
So basically, like I just woke up one day and realized that I've all been through in life, and that God has a purpose for me in life, and that I need to start basically some of it because like we've talked about it all earlier.
Yeah, well for you it was do or die pretty much, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like I was lucky to even make it that far to where I did.
Yeah. Question number 5. You don't need to remove anything. It says what do you need to take in order to remove like obstacles around you? Like do you need to remove people? Do you need to remove family to get to your goal that you're at right now? Or do you think you're set to reach your goal?
There's definitely people in my life that I'm still holding on to. That definitely do not believe in me. It's just more or less the fact that it's kind of hard to push important people out of your life.
Yeah.
Because they were there for me from the beginning. Like I have really close friends that I'm still friends with, but they were like my best friends and I was overweight because I think more or less the fact was that, they were able to defend me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they had the social interaction with like, hey, like don't quit talking shit to him or whatever. Like, don't laugh at him or whatever.
They're pretty much there from the beginning.
Yeah. And like now the case is like, I don't need anybody to defend myself anymore.
Yeah.
And so they don't seem to like look at me the same. So it's just more or less the fact that I just have that past experiences with them that are just keeping me stuck. And same with family. Like I have realized that I have family now.
Don't mind the dog.
I realize that I have family now that are in my life that I look back like 3 or 4 years ago that weren't in my life. And it's just crazy because like, you would think
don't worry about that.
You would think family would be there for him from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird that seeing these family members pop up out of nowhere acting like they care. When
before they were not there. That's pretty annoying.
It's like mentally just like exhausting because like you sit there and just rant. You sit there and think.
Yeah. But at the same time you probably think like they are family, so I want to be close with them now because they're trying. But at the same time, in the back of your head, you're probably thinking, wow, they were not there from the beginning. So it's like...
Yeah, you just sit there and your gears just spin.
Yeah, you kind of like... I wouldn't say hate us, you kind of dislike it. Like, why weren't you here at the beginning, but here you are now? It's like, you don't really care about me as a person, or is it you just care now because I'm doing better, right?
And it's like, why do you care now? Like why do you want to be a part of my life?
That's the thing is too is like there's people I know that didn't want to go out with me in public because they were embarrassed of me.
Damn.
And like now, they would do anything to go out.
Yeah, they're like, oh come on, let's hang out.
Yeah, and the thing is like whether it's friends or family, like the one thing I always look at is like if you weren't there for me at the beginning, or if you were embarrassed of how I looked now or looked before, and like you're super happy and proud of me now, and you want to show me off or whatever, and you want me to be in your life, and you want me to bring people around you and like bring attraction to you, then no. Like if you weren't there for me from the beginning, why should I let you be in my life now? You know what I mean? Because like your figure, your body image doesn't dictate who you are. It's what's on the inside.
100%. You just change your physique outside, but you're still the same person.
Like I'm still like everyone that I went to school with thinks that I don't have a heart or that I just think I'm better than everyone else now. But it's not even that. It's more or less the fact that I've just understood what life truly is, and I understand what my passion is. And I have a social media following, but at the end of the day, I'm still a single human being that has a heart just like you.
Yeah, you still work super hard every day. People are like that though. Sometimes they just hate on people. People are just haters.
Do you feel like you close people off because you were hurt from like just growing up, and so it's like now it's like
use a restroom.
You have like a certain perception of things where it's like how do I say this? I don't know. You're not less likely, but you're more weary of taking people in and like letting them close.
It's definitely like one of those things where it's just like hard because it's definitely really hard to open up and like truly give people the full things that I've been through in life, just because, like there's been a lot. So a lot of the times I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody because, it's going to be weird, because I don't know if they're just going to use me or they're just going to end up, leaving more or less, say, within, why waste the energy on somebody that's not, if I know they're not going to stay, then why waste the energy? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'll be cool to like experience it and like, share my story. But like, if they're not going to benefit me in some sort of way, or I'm not going to benefit them, then why the hell should I even let you in my life?
Yeah. So the reason why I asked was because I just met you yesterday, right? And it's like, when I met you and I gave you that first fist bump, it seemed like you were more of like a lone wolf. Like, yeah, you're saying what's up, but you're more of a lone wolf. You're going to go do your own thing. And I feel like what I got from that was like, okay, this person was like hurt in the past from like your upbringing and just like how everything was, because like school sucked, kids suck. But then like it just seems like it was going to take a lot of effort, or it's going to take a lot of effort for someone to like not get into your life, but like for you to accept someone into your life and like call a friend and things like that.
And that's exactly how it is too, is like, because I don't like to open up to people and tell them everything right off the bat, just because like it scares people away. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like there's a lot of shit that I don't tell people until like a later date, just because until I build that bond with you, because at first like you're gonna hear everything and be like, oh my god. Because at first you're going to hear something, you're going to hear it all, and then you're going to be like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, and then you're going to start, you're going to run away. Just because you're like, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more or less the fact that they get scared. Like, they're like, oh, there's no shot. Like, there's no way I can handle this.
There's just too much.
Whether it be friends, family, relationship, whatever the case may be. Like, nobody understands how hard, like, people in this world are, like, super, they read that instinct, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, everyone, you got to choose your words wisely when you talk to people, especially like now if you're trying to like get friends, family, relationship, or whatever the case may be, because like now our society is fucked.
Yeah.
The younger generation is fucked. Like literally everybody in my hometown or anybody I hang out with is either the same age as me or older than me. I think I have friends that are in their 30s. You know what I mean? It's just because they've understood. They understand, they're there, they care, and people my age, they don't give a fuck. Like, they're just selfish. You know what I mean? Like, they had everything handed to them. They don't understand how hard I had to work to get to where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, you definitely, being just 21, you definitely did. Like, he was saying earlier, like, he feels like he's playing catch-up right now. But if you really think about it, what he's done in the last 2-3 years, most people haven't accomplished in their entire life.
Oh, 100%.
So, sometimes, give your own flowers sometimes. Pat your back sometimes and just realize how far you've come.
Yeah, I also think you're a lot further than a lot of people. So for me, let's see, I'm turning 29 in a couple weeks, and it's like, at first I thought I was like, man, I'm so far behind. But in reality, like, I've gone through so much suffering, like it caused my perspective, my mentality, and like the way I see life. I'm so much further than a lot of people. And I feel like during your childhood, you were going through so much suffering and so much pain. You're so much further than a lot of people mentally, because you had to grow from that. Like, you grow from suffering, grow from pain.
And the crazy thing is, like, everything before my accident is a blur unless it was trauma. So I don't remember any of the good things.
Damn.
So literally everything before that day, like, all I remember is hitting the dirt. All I remember is like bucking off the dirt bike, like hitting the rut. All I remember saying, oh fuck, flying through the air, and just lights out. And then everything before that day is all I remember is trauma. So it just really does kind of fuck with me a little bit, just because that's not something you remember, You don't want to remember that. You want to remember the good times you had growing up. You want to remember, playing catch or like playing cars, doing whatever the case may be. Like, yeah, there's a couple times I'll be like, oh, like I can remember that. You know what I'm saying?
This was a good time.
Like, if they tell me stories, like, I'll be like trying hard to think, and I'll like somewhat remember a little bit, bits and pieces of it. But I mean, like, everything before that day, I don't remember unless it was trauma.
That's wild.
I wonder if it's the wonder if it's the actual accident that made you like, that blocked off all the good times back then, or it's just you subconsciously remembering all the bad stuff to motivate you today.
That's the thing is too, is like, fuck.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
I'm tired.
Yeah, prep, baby.
But it's just more or less a fact that, you know, you got to just take every day as a new day. Like I always tell everybody, you know, if you wake up, 6 feet above today, it's going to be the best day. Yeah, and that's why I like to spread positivity, is because, like, I'm not supposed to be here. You know, I've been through a lot in my life, and I'm very lucky to be where I'm at today, surrounded by the people that I am surrounded around when I let them around.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's just a lot of people that take every breath for granted, but, like, in reality, like, none of us really know when our last breath's going to be.
100%. I was going to be grateful for what we have and being alive. There's actually, there's a guy that where I work at, I always ask him every day, every time I see him, or every time he comes in, I'm like, how's your day going, or how are you? I say, how are you? And every single time, no matter how he's feeling or whatnot, he always tells me, I woke up today, then it's a great day. Always tells me that, no matter what. I still remember it to this day. Like, he still tells me that all the time. How are you? Doesn't matter if you had a bad day or anything like that, and I always see him towards nighttime. Always says, I woke up today, so it's a great day no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn. That's
100%.
Cool. That's cool.
And it's just, the crazy thing is like, there's too many people that take advantage of that. Because, say, the position where all three of us are at today, like, we're all in different shoes. Like, you own a clothing brand, you're a trainer, you're growing your presence in life. I'm just starting, like, I'm motivating, inspiring millions of people, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody next door to you, one of your, what is it? Apartmentees or whatever the hell you would call it. Neighbors. Yeah. I created that word. But yeah, say one of your neighbors or anybody in this apartment complex would die to have this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, we just got to be grateful for what we have, because, you know, there's so many in life. I'm not gonna lie, we all take advantage of things.
Yeah.
That people would die to have. The clothes we have on our backs. You know, the feet, 2 working feet, 2 working arms, 2 working eyes, whatever the case may be. It's just weird because, like, understanding how bad things can actually be really does help motivate me and drive me even more, because I understand that God put me in this place where I'm at today, so why would I mess that up? I don't want to be where, you know, I'm very fortunate to be where I'm at, and I don't want to miss that opportunity.
Totally agree.
100%.
All right. 6th question. The last one right here. It is, how often do you need to reevaluate your life direction? Like, how often is it? Every day? It's every week, every month that you're like, all right, time to reevaluate my direction and let's, like, refocus, or you're always focused?
So, like, I'm always focused, but I think every couple of days I plan out my week, look at a month or 2 in advance and just make sure that everything I'm doing now is going to line up and help benefit me in a couple months. And if not, I'll, like, start thinking. Like, it'll only be like 2 hours, but I'll, like, still sit there and think. Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, maybe if I change this or I add this in, maybe it'll help me get me, like, help make sure that I'm there to where I want to be in the next 2 months. You know, it's like, whether it be 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever the case may be, or just, like, bits and pieces of the day. I'll just be, like, walking around or, you know, doing chores around the house, or just, like, playing catch up. I'm still thinking those little things in my head as I'm doing those things. Like, I like to multitask. I can't sit there and just do one thing. Like, I don't own cable. I don't own Wi-Fi. I literally just sit there. If I'm, like, I'm only at home when I'm sleeping, eating my meals, showering, or taking a shit.
You're right. That's the best place, you know, comfortable. I did see on your Instagram you asked, I think you did like a poll or something like that. You ask a question and then someone asked you like, "Oh, do you watch any TV shows or movies?" And then you were like, "No, I just don't, because I just not focus on that." And you just
like, I probably haven't sat down and watched a movie in 2 years. Like,
that's crazy.
I can't. Like, I'm eager sitting here. Like, I'm just like, this is like.
Yeah, you're like, it's like let me do some work right now.
Yeah, it's just more or less the fact that it's not an interest.
Yeah. How about you, Brandon? Do you ever? How often do you, like, reevaluate your life direction?
So I have, like I said, I have that big goal That's more so the macro. And then I just take little steps that I know that are going to reach me there or take me to there. I would say, like he said, every like 3 days, I'm like, okay, time to reevaluate, make sure I'm on the same course. And usually it is. And then sometimes I'm like, man, I got lazy. Like I need to, you know, bust some ass, get back to it. And I do that like every like third day.
Okay.
But yeah.
I think I'm the same way. I think every like 2 to 3 days, I kind of like reevaluate, like, oh, I haven't done enough. Let's get back at it, you know, kind of. But sometimes I'm also like, since, I mean, we've talked about it before, like I battle mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do let myself like rest.
Oh, 100%.
You know, I mean, at least for me, I have to. I don't think I would be able to do what you, like, I still do what you do, but I give myself a little bit of a leeway. I have to give myself some breaks, or else I'm just like in a bad headspace. And it's just bad all around.
The thing is, I think I get in the worst headspaces when I'm not busy.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me for him.
For you, yeah. I mean, like I said, everyone's different. Everyone's built differently. For you, it makes sense. For you, I could see that you wouldn't be able to, like, you watch a movie, you're probably like, I have anxiety now.
And I think it has to do with the intensity of suffering. I feel like the intensity of his suffering is very high. So, like, he understands, okay, time is of the essence. Let's get this done. Like, I got stuff to do.
Like, there's 24, I was saying earlier, like, I don't think you were here yet, but like I said earlier, there's 24 hours in a day for a reason. You know, what you do with those 24 hours is going to dictate where you're going to be at tomorrow in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have goals and you have, you know, things you want to accomplish in life, like, God makes 24 hours in a day for a reason. I don't know how long the sun is up for, but, like, you know, what you do in those 24 hours is going to separate you from others.
100%.
Yeah, that's why sometimes people say the most successful people wake up really early.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I like to get up at the ass crack of dawn, before 6, 5, 6, whatever the case may be. And then, like, I'm out of the house within an hour and a half. I'm at the gym, bust my workout in. I come home, eat post-workout, and then I make content for a few hours. I'll do chores around the house, whatever the case may be. And then I'll go to work. I'll get off, go work on posing, whatever the case may be. And then I'll come home, eat my last meal of the day, lay in bed, put a YouTube video on, get ideas, and then I'll make more content. Make sure I have stuff to post tomorrow. Go to bed, wake up, do it all over again.
Yeah. Repeat.
Routine and discipline.
Like, I'm not even back to Colorado yet, and I already have my whole day laid out tomorrow. Like, I already know what I need to do. Like, I have Wednesday planned out. I have Thursday planned out. Pretty much Friday planned out. Like, I have times that I need to do stuff. Like, when I'm gonna work out, what pre I'm gonna take, what my refeed's gonna be tomorrow. Like, I already know everything.
I'm curious. Is that all in your head, or do you write it down? Because I'm terrible at organization. So
in my
absolute ass.
This stuff's in my head.
Oh, man.
But, like, if it's anything else besides this, no. They can't do it.
What's the time on the podcast?
I was hoping you would say, like, oh, I have a journal. I do this. These are the steps. Because, like, man, it takes a lot for me to get something done. And it's just like I'm so disorganized, and that's something I need to work on. So I was hoping he had answers, but no, he's like, I'm a freaking computer in here, man. I just run it.
All right, we're getting to like an hour or so of the podcast right now. We do keep our podcast a little shorter now. So I'm actually going to do a segment towards the end of the podcast. We do kind of like a rapid fire question. So I'm going to do it for both of you. You know, you're going to answer after. All right. Question number 1. What advice would you give your younger self? Go.
I would definitely just, like, I wish I would have started sooner, and I wish I would have understood what, like didn't take advantage of how life actually was. Like, I wish I would have realized, like, how beneficial life actually is. And didn't take advantage of that, and I would have found something else to cope with.
Nice.
Follow your heart, not your brain.
Nice. Question number 2. If you could live anywhere in the world in this phase of your life right now, where would you live? Like, not you in 5 years, not you in 10 years. Right now, where you're currently at in your career, in your personal life, where would you live right now?
Personally, I don't know if I could pick an exact location, but I definitely want to pick somewhere that would surround myself and that would actually help motivate me, inspire me more in fitness.
Okay.
Orange County, California.
There we go.
All the fitness people are there.
Yes, sir. If you were to die, like, very soon, what would be your last meal? Go.
Ooh. Not gonna lie. I'm craving some fire-ass Mexican restaurant.
Okay. Dude, this is why next time you come to California, you're not going to be on prep because we have some of the best Mexican food here. For sure.
Just have some fajitas, some carne asada, just sipping on a margarita.
Fuck. How about you?
My homemade quesaritos.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, explain to us, what's your quesarito?
What's a quesarito?
Yeah.
You get like a tortilla, you put cheese on it like you're about to make a quesadilla.
Okay.
Put the meat in it and then roll it up like a burrito. A quesarito.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. All right. This one, describe yourself in 5 words.
Motivated, disciplined, inspirational, driven, dedicated.
Nice.
Damn, dude, you made that one hard. Genuine, honest, disciplined, sexy as fuck.
Yes, sir.
And last one would be humble, probably.
Humble.
You like that?
I like that. That was good shit. All right, and lastly, kind of like, where can we find you? Kind of, the last thing you want to talk about. Same thing with you as well.
So my Instagram is brod_.
Sorry.
So my Instagram is brodfit_21. Same with my TikTok, and then my YouTube is just brodfit, BRODFIT. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yeah. Blues Cruise, Instagram, for now. More coming soon, but Blues Cruise.
Bro, you gotta hop on that TikTok grind.
Dude, I barely get any views on TikTok, and it discouraged me. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But I gotta hop it on.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Stay consistent.
Hey, do you post the same stuff on TikTok that you do on Instagram?
We actually just
Some
talked
days.
about that.
Some days.
Okay, so it's better to put
So
different.
the thing
content.
is, like, nah, I'm not gonna say on the pod. I'm not gonna give out free advice like that. I'll give it to you guys after.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, yeah, I know what he told us about it, so he'll tell you after.
Oh, I'm cool with that.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to Vive the Pod episode 6 with Rodney here and our special guest Brandon as well, who hopped on a little bit later. So if you're listening, all that matters is I hope that we can help one person listening. And then once again, Vive, the word Vive means to live in French. So have a beautiful day. Good morning, good night, whatever.
Yep.
See you guys soon.
Keep on keeping on. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Woo. Oh, dude, I love these.
Bro, those are
That
sick,
never
man.
gets old. Hey, oh no, you've done it
Oh, you want to do
before.
the outro?
Yo, what's up, guys? As you can tell, we just finished the podcast. I hope, well, my ears are muffled.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed some of the clips that I'm going to add in for you guys. But right now, we're just going to kind of hang out. And then I'm going to start packing because your boy's got to go back to Colorado. But yeah, I'll see you guys here in a sec.